Let's be honest, we are all drowning in AI news, right? The hype, the headlines, the constant feeling that we're falling behind. But what if you could just tune out all that noise and build some real, practical confidence? Well, today we're going to build a super simple framework to make AI actually work for you without all the overwhelm. And this is basically the journey we're talking about. Over on the left, you've got that feeling of being overwhelmed, confused, maybe a little worried. So many of us are there. And on the right, that's where we want to be, confident, capable, and responsible. So the big question is, how do we get from one side to the other?
Well, it starts by just admitting something is real. The AI confidence gap. It's that feeling of being stuck, you know? You see all the incredible possibilities, but you're also totally paralyzed about where to even begin. It feels like this massive canyon, but the bridge to get across it? It's way, way simpler than you think.
Does this sound at all familiar? I mean, this is the voice inside so many of our heads right now. That fear of messing up, of getting it wrong, or just being left in the dust by a technology that's moving at light speed. If this is hitting home for you, I just want you to know you are not alone. In fact, this is the most common starting point for pretty much everyone.
Okay, so recognizing that feeling? That's step one. Now let's talk about step two, actually taming the overwhelm. We're going to completely forget about trying to understand everything about AI. Instead, we're going to use a really simple, focused strategy to just cut directly through all that noise.
The magic of this strategy is just how simple it is. 3 steps, that's it. First, you're going to pick just one goal. Think of a small, maybe annoying repetitive task. Second, choose one tool. Not 10, just one. And finally, and this one is absolutely crucial, you have to ignore the hype. Seriously, give yourself permission to tune out the news and just focus on your one little goal. This right here, this is the whole mindset shift. You are not trying to become some kind of AI master. Your mission is so much simpler and more practical. Just solve one problem. That's it. When you reframe it like that, it just lowers the stakes and makes the whole thing about making a little progress, not about being perfect.
Okay, so we've got a plan to start small, but to build real, lasting confidence, you also need to start right. For a lot of people, this is where the fear around AI ethics creeps in. But let's reframe that too. Instead of seeing ethics as a bunch of scary rules, think of it as your own personal compass, a tool that actually gives you the confidence to know you're heading in the right direction.
So what do we even mean by that? Responsible AI is really just about using these tools in a way that's fair, that's transparent about how it works, and where you are still accountable for the final result. The goal here is positive. It's about creating benefits while being smart about the potential downsides. And to make this super practical, here are 3 quick checkpoints for you. Before you use an AI tool, just do a quick gut check. 1, is what I'm trying to do helpful and fair? 2, when I get a result back, do I actually understand it? And 3, am I still the one in the driver's seat making the final decision? This simple checklist, that's your compass.
All right, we have our strategy, we've got our ethical compass. Now we're at what I think is the most important part of this whole thing. It is time to turn all this knowledge into real, tangible action.
Because let's face it, real confidence isn't built by listening or watching. It's built by doing. So I'm not just going to leave you with some nice ideas. Nope, it's time for a challenge.
And this entire challenge, this huge first step, it all boils down to this one simple, powerful number. Not 10 tasks, not 5, just 1.
That's it. That's your challenge, to apply everything we've talked about to one real task. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. This is how you finally break that cycle of hesitation and just get started.
And if you're already thinking, what task? Don't worry, we've got you covered. Just look at these ideas. They're small, they're low stakes, and they're actually incredibly useful. You could ask an AI to summarize that long article you haven't had time to read, brainstorm a few headlines for a presentation, or even help you draft a tricky email. Any one of these is a perfect first step. So remember, the path from overwhelmed to confident isn't some giant leap. It's just a series of small, deliberate steps. It all starts with one goal, one tool, and one task. So the only question left is the one on your screen. Your journey to getting comfortable with AI doesn't start tomorrow with some grand plan. It starts right now with a single action. What will yours be?